And the players are getting ready, 40. Are you getting ready?
I'm getting ready. I hope everyone at home is getting ready. Everyone in the crowd in the cathedral is getting ready. Cypher versus Raisy, who's going to be the one to advance and get the opportunity to try and fight for that title belt. They're going to have 2 matches in their path. Cypher looking so unbelievably strong in this tournament again, qualifying at the very beginning and making his way through Toxic, Hran, and Rafa. Raisy dismantling Dehang, Avik, and Genic. Here we go. Right off the bat, Raisy getting destroyed with that rocket. Here comes the shield already, and unbelievable.
That's a little flick.
Explosive start.
Yeah, that was pretty nuts. I think Cypher was going in there a little bit confident, but you've got to be so careful when that shield is available. Raisy starts with quite a good amount of stacks, so Cypher, okay, it's early on. Push that out of the way. You've got plenty more opportunities to build yourself. Oh, the shield is back up again. The rockets have been very good. 9 health left. Oh, the rail is landing anyway. What is Raisy doing with his aim?
Look at that smirk. Look at that smirk. He's like, yeah, I did that. I did that. 9 HP and I did that.
He doesn't usually do that. That's phenomenal from him. LG again, still taking him down 3-0 in the first minute.
Remember when I said 3-1? This might be the one. Clutch versus Slash is an uphill battle. 3-0 early on here for Raisy, looking very strong, very confident. Cypher needs to slow things down, try and play the chip game. You can't go toe-to-toe with the Clutch, especially with that shield up.
For sure.
He did do an incredible amount of damage. And Raisy just said, yeah, 9 HP, and here's a rail.
Cypher just wants to get some armor, finally managing to find something down low. Banana. There is an armor in pillars, but guess who is holding that position there? Cypher zipped off. He's managed to get himself the rail, and he has used that plasma trail. That long-range damage should be favoring Cypher, but we've got the shield up. One of the rockets. It's a little bits of chip damage. I don't think Raisy's going to be confident to go in any further, and that is going to allow Cypher to get himself a heavy armor. So getting onto the major items, we could be getting something quite big from Cypher, especially because the shield is now down for Raisy.
Does get some of the vials, but he still has to wait 18 seconds. That shield is really, really helpful as clutch. You're as big as a barn door. The LG can melt you. There's the jump over rail, just missing from Raisy. Cypher with a reply that also misses, but he's right there at the rail. Raisy with a fantastic rail. Cypher replies. There's a good drop. The LG pushing Raisy all the way down. That could have been very bad if Raisy landed on the same level, as he does have the shield back up. He's trying to fight for this heavy. He is going to steal it.
Whoa.
There's the shield pop defensively. He's going to get away. Cypher doing good damage, trying to cut off at the LG. 20 HP. Can he finish the frag? Cypher doing a good job of getting in the way, doing as much damage as he can, and not allowing this path to Mega.
Yeah, there was a late shield usage from Raisy. Maybe he could have preserved a tiny bit more health and armor, but he's so close to giving up these angles. Cypher zips by, 10 health left for Raisy. He is going to be on the run. Lightning gun, though. There's got to be a frag for Cypher. He is on the board.
I think that was a bit of a misplay there with that jump. He did not want to land down there. Cypher capitalizes, puts up his first frag of the game. He's also managing those vials pretty well, keeping that trail on the lowest possible cooldown here. Did he hear him below? He's going to go up. What an air rocket into LG. A good defensive rail from Raisy. He's going to land on top, and that's going to be a free Mega. He can drop down onto this as he does. Melts him with the LG, and that is unfortunate for Cypher. That initial rocket was beautiful.
That was absolutely wild. But you've got to get those follow-ups, and sometimes to follow up on a clutch, you've just got to deal inane amounts of damage with that stack, with that shield. Cypher down to 100 health. He should be able to find some light armors in a moment, but there's a chase going on. No shield available for Raisy, so he has to be a little careful, but those hourglasses are coming in, and he should be back to good in no time at all.
Right on time for that Mega. The chip, previously done by Cypher, doesn't really mean anything after the pickup there. Some hourglasses, drops down for the 50. Raisy on the hunt, hears it. He's going to read that perfectly, almost drops down. The snail trail is there. But again, cuts him off, and no major item for you, Cypher. Did use the shield though, so now Cypher has to try and get some chip damage and make his move while he can, but the stack is so low.
Yeah, it's been really difficult for Cypher. He's had very loose control on the map. Maybe only a couple of rotations have really gone his way. He has secured a kill, but he needs a few more. Plenty of time though to get that done. Cypher at rail, lands the shot. Going to be dropping down. That plasma trail going to prevent Raisy from chasing at all. There's a major item in 5 seconds, but there is a shield available. He's now using it pretty late, but chases down with the lightning gun, and Cypher cannot get away. Ends up butting heads, and it's going to be the cause of his death.
Just beautiful movement off that jump pad with this clutch. 5-1, getting closer to the halfway point here. Cypher in trouble. And you can't help but wonder why let clutch through in the pick bans.
I do agree. I'm not really sure. Maybe he thinks that because there's been lots of different iterations and changes that he thinks that this is a map where it will be fine for him. There's a whole host of different thought processes, but let's see.
Watch LG there right before the Mega. So unfortunate, and it might be a little bit like that meme, like this is fine as everything is on fire around him. Raisy extending the lead to 5. It's fine. This is fine.
I think the Cypher, he always needs to play a little bit more defensively. He's been very fast around the map, and I think maybe just to stop for a moment, to not run into Raisy, hopefully. It's obviously a lot easier said than done. Cypher's low. There might be a bit of a chase here. Shotgun's going to work. Catches him through the air. 7-1. Off the spawn, there's a rail. You can go and pick up some more health while I get myself some major items, some light items, and work my way towards the heavy armor.
Just going to the shops, picking up a few things. A 6 frag lead here. Has a heavy right on time. Cypher nowhere to be found. It needs to work on his own stack. Can't really contest. But with 4 minutes left, he's going to have to start. 6 frags. A big accomplishment to come back from, especially on a map like this, especially against a clutch with a shield and a stack this big. Look at that rail right across. That rocket's going to be decent. He's going to drop down with the shield. The LG from Cypher is incredible, but the trade comes out from Raisy. The last second rocket takes Cypher out.
It's a good spawn, though, for Cypher. He's got himself the lightning gun, got rockets. There's going to be no shield available for Raisy, so he's kind of throwing his life away a little bit. Cypher, huge chance to get another kill. Raisy falls. 3.5 minutes now. Heavy has spawned. Can he build some momentum? Still 20 seconds for the shield to be up. Raisy with a rocket, returning fire, has about 10 points of health, but no rail for Cypher. Means he can't finish that job immediately.
Ooh, that rocket splash. Raisy barely hanging on, and there's no better sound in the world than that beat of LG. Cypher getting hit with the rail. That's going to knock him down. He's going to grab a 50 shard and some vials. But he's going to float Raisy on over to the Mega. A bit of assistance there from down under. And another great rail from Raisy. Just constantly keeping the damage up. He needs to be careful. Cypher's going to get caught out here. There's the shield. He does have the snail trail if he wants, and the mining drill will take out Cypher. The built-in LG.
Yeah, exactly. Rare, you see kills happening from that weapon. Look at that rail return. 5 rail bullets, so rail shots left. But doesn't matter. Not gonna butt heads it again. We have the mega health up. There will be a jump across. It's gonna be a little bit late on it. Hits a rocket and the rail follow-up. 11 health to go for Raisy. He can maybe simmer this down for a second, probably have to forfeit control of the heavy armor, but it depends on where Cypher's gone off to. Maybe he's going to assume Raisy's just taking it. It's a little bit late. LG's not bad, but not enough stack for the clutch.
What's important is he did force the shield out, but with that spawn, Cypher needs to fight for this Mega. Needs to be careful here. There's a little bit of machine gun damage, make that a little bit more. Gonna lock in the heavy machine gun. Mega will be taken. Raisy willing to take this fight. Drops down to the pillar area. Rockets. Wow, that was a donk right there. That's exactly what Cypher needed. Raisy very weak. Still 6 frags down, though. Time is ticking. Less than 2 minutes. Cypher does have Slash. Very mobile around the map. Needs to be careful, though. The shield is back up for Raisy. He's going to be able to pop that defensively, and now he's just playing the cruise control game as he plays keep away from Cypher.
LG not bad. Shield was used recently, so I really think it's time to push the advantage no matter what. Even if it's at the awkward angles where you're dropping down, you should still be able to hit a comparable amount of lightning gun in retaliation. That plasma trail, can he find Raisy at all or hear him? Raisy's just burning so much of the clock away. And he's going to have that shield up right about now. Cypher, sure, is stacked. Okay, that rocket. This should be a kill now for Cypher.
5 left in under a minute. Do you believe, Zood? Can he catch him out? Raisy's so smart. Don't ever go down to LG off that spawn. Instead, he's going to go up the stairs. Might get caught out at the nail gun here, trying to fight for his life. Cypher needs this frag. There's the rail, and he will miss out.
I mean, there was a chance if he can chain them together, but as soon as the shield comes up again, it's a world of trouble. He did have that moment where he got the kill, the shield was used, and then he could try and continue something, but at this stage, Raisy can do his victory lap. And probably stare himself on the scoreboard being a map up.
And the LG, little insult to injury is Cypher. I think he knows this one is in the books. It's going to be 11-5 for Raisy. A very strong start here, as he wants to repeat the championship from last year.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's one way to start with it. He had a storming first minute. He was able to carry it through. Cypher did get a bit of control here and there. But overall, I think it was the aim that struck me from Raisy. Straight away, hitting those snap rails and looking incredibly prepared for this game. As you can see those starters there. And in this rail, oh, that was just fantastic. And with that amount of health left, it's absolutely brutal to fall victim to it. So Raisy was actually making some pushes that were very surprising, considering he wouldn't use his shield till quite late. He might not even have it available necessary, but he was still happy to challenge in some engagements which you normally wouldn't favor a clutch in. He just has an aura of confidence around him at the moment. And I think
much LG right here, yeah.
I think a brutal thing is that Blood Covenant being a great Cypher map, now moving over to Corrupted Keep. I didn't even say Raisy's Keep. This is a difficult start to the series for Cypher. Now this map has taken place.
And even that, the trade comes out. Man, that was so clutch from Raisy, that last second rocket there.
And here with the mining drill too. You don't see that too often, but it's been done. Raisy now can push his clutch out the way. We will move to Ranger for Cypher, and we'll move over to Blaskovitz for Raisy. Again, I think this is somewhat even. You've got burst DPS that can happen for both players. Raisy's...
Yeah, Raisy's Keep.
Raisy's Keep. Sorry, I thought you said Raisy's Kill. I was like...
No, Raisy's Keep. I wonder why he looked at me so longingly.
Yeah, Raisy's
61% rail as we take a look at the stats from that map.
Versus Slash as well, man.
As a clutch, too.
Yeah.
And I guess, you know, everyone calls it the Honda Civic. I guess it was more of a Ford Focus, as Raisy had much more focus in that one, Zoot.
I enjoyed that.
We're going to move on. Did you even know what that... Do you have those over there? That's fine. As a CK going to be the second map, Ranger against BJ, as you mentioned. And BJ, again, the thing that's absolutely crippling about him is 1 heavy machine gun goes a long way on this map. 2 will shred you. LGs, shotguns, it's all going to hurt. But we're going to get into map number 2 right now. Cypher versus Raisy semifinals. Can Cypher bring this back to 1 apiece?
Well, we're on Raisy to begin with. Has got the HMG very early on. As you said, this is going to be an important asset for, well, both players, but especially a Blaskovitz.
I think it would be very impressive if Cypher can come into Raisy's Keep and take this one away.
I think so too. And it's a good way to sort of stamp your foot down on the series and say, no, this is my mistake.
Good rocket there from around the corner. A little bit of chip damage from Raisy. Another one here. So Cypher shows his head again, just knocking on the door, and Raisy saying no soliciting. He's going to grab that 50 shard in the red room here and make his path towards heavy. Just a little bit too late. The dual wield is out. That rocket is going to be delicious as Raisy kind of wasted that dual wield. He is going to get a bit of shards. I'm sure he was looking for more. A bit of a trap at the heavy. Cypher says no thank you, but he does need a lot of heavy machine gun. Needs to be very careful here. And very crucially, Raisy gets all of the time shards on the map and the Mega. He's going to have dual wield up just like that, and Cypher is so incredibly hurt. There's the dual wield preemptively around the corner, trying to find him, at least force him away from the heavy. Such a huge stack on Raisy now.
I'd like to see him pick up the super shotgun as well. We saw what Saiga was doing that earlier against Cooler. I think that would be another just great weapon to add to the list. Cypher was in control, has lost it recently. It's going to be very difficult for him to challenge on the Mega Health. He's looking for some kind of exit damage of sorts, but it's so difficult to find a safe angle where you're not also going to take damage. Drop rockets, going to dive down on him, hits a big one. The heavy armor has been taken. Nice little bit of misdirection and a great mid-air, but here comes the lightning gun. Shotgun is out, but first blood is still spilled. Raisy on the board.
Raisy with a good rocket there, a little bit of LG. He's gonna drop down and try and get this frag. At the very least, bully Cypher away from this Mega. He is out of rockets, but there's a little ammo crate right there. Cypher needs to lick his wounds. Can't contest this heavy.
He's going to see where is Raisy going to appear from. Can I have that good timing, that solid information? Dual wield is out. Cypher has to respect, pull away from combat. Can't even get into this room. Difficult now challenge for that Mega yet again. He has actually gone through the orb. A second until the Mega's up, but the lightning gun from Raisy is so solid, 40. He's prepared for it all.
Dire orb play there.
What do you make of that aggressive dire orb play?
I'm not sure. A little bit of misdirection, maybe mistiming, maybe just wanted to get behind him, drop down. Either way, Raisy was ready for it. As were his LG. Raisy 2 up now, making his way through the red room slowly. Mega's going to be up in 10. The split between the items is good. Raisy can casually make his way between both items right now. Cypher, I do like that he's playing a little bit slow. He doesn't want this to get out of control. He's just trying to drop down and chip at the item, but so much damage from that heavy machine gun. Raisy not afraid to switch when he needs to. Perfect on the weapon switches. Still not a lot of shotgun from him. But with the HMG damage, I mean,
yeah,
that'll do.
If he's been doing all of that, then fair enough at that stage. But he does need to keep applying the pressure to Cypher. He's certainly not in a comfortable position. With control, sure, but the scoreboard, absolutely not. With the amount of time left, it's time to sort of make his mark and make use of all the control that he's got. Cypher has to fade away, does not too bad a job with the tickle damage, but jumps back down. Oh, the fake rocket jump was perfect for Raisy. 3-0. Off the spawn with the dual wheel. Cypher, can he get out of here? The nails are so painful, but it still works. What a spawn frag from Raisy.
So unbelievably smart there. 2 for 1 off that. Raisy doing a great job. Stacking back up to looking really healthy, and the Mega's just there, and Cypher can't do anything about this. 4-0 just like that. And these vials again going to Raisy. He's going to have dual wield up temporarily. The LG from Cypher is good, but is it good enough? There's the dual wield to hold him back. Both players extremely weak. Switch to machine gun, and that's going to net him another one. 11 HP. Raisy just... I don't know, defying death every time, it feels like.
Oh, wow.
What a play.
The dodge is just crazy. He needs to get over to the health bubbles. He's just going to make it. He had to be so delicate with that play. And he edges out, gets himself the mega health, and Cypher is left weak. He hasn't got the dire orb available. And look, Raisy stacked, dual wield, denying items.
Slowly, but denying them. And Cypher has to be thinking, why won't you die? What a rocket
God.
from down under there. Oh no, and that is the last thing Cypher wanted here. The dual wield again. We've seen it before, deja vu. The swap to rockets isn't going to be enough. A little bit of shotgun action. The nails doing so well for Cypher, and he turns that around with 3 HP.
Raisy looked pretty furious with that. He thought he had that one in the bag. Cypher, though, fairly weak. He is orbing over towards the heavy. It's not up for a bit of time yet, and Raisy's stack is pretty good to challenge. He'll have perfect timing of this. Let's see what Cypher makes of it. He gets caught out, though, assuming the timing. And that's going to be Raisy taking charge again.
Was that a little bit of a gauntlet flash that I saw there?
I respect it.
Just a little bit. 6-0. We're getting closer to the 6-minute mark here. Raisy just looking too strong on Raisy's keep. Cypher having difficulty breaking through the defense here. Raisy always outstacking. Even that frag, he got it back real quick with that super shotgun. Raisy making his way towards the heavy. Dual wield popped again. Is Cypher going to taunt? Ooh, attempts death threat there.
That was HMG for Raisy. That might have been a kill. And I think he's realized, you know what?
Yeah.
I need that weapon. Things could be very different right about now. But he's going to rocket jump right into him. Still 115 HP, and with the shotgun, it still works. And he just knows exactly what to do with this spawn frag. He's got it calculated, but the nails you do have to respect a bit. This time it's going to work. 8-0.
Not as lucky that time for Cypher. That is how he got his first frag. You couldn't tell by the scoreboard, but Raisy just dominating. There's a dual wield again. The orb comes in. The LG is good. Cypher converts. 7 minutes in, 7 frags, and now it's his turn to get a spawn kill here. The nail is going to be lucrative for Raisy, and they are 25 HP. that was Cypher's potential for an opening. He would have been absolutely low after that. Oh, the shotgun to the chest. That'll even it out a little bit.
Cypher's trying to force it yet again. There might have been a small delay going on from Raisy. That could have chopped and changed where he was going to appear. He's got to protect a 7-point lead in 2.5 minutes. Incredibly doable. It's really all up to Cypher to force these plays out. There's dual wield, making life a little bit hellish here on the Mega Health Spawn. And he's going to drop for it anyway. Cypher was hoping he would maybe let it go for a second. He could sneak on, but it's not the case. 7 points of health.
And he absolutely didn't let it go. And instead is frozen, and Raisy will take him out with the heavy machine gun. He's zooming in on the details. He's got everything covered, 10-2 right now. Getting closer to the 8-minute mark, 2 minutes left, and this is just becoming more and more out of reach for Cypher.
Raisy's just been looking on fire this entire day where we've started seeing his games, and he is looking extraordinarily strong. If he's going to go ahead and take this map, you still never doubt Cypher. The reverse sweep is his specialty.
I mean, I think that's what we saw against Garp.
Absolutely. Time and time again, he can get it done. But Cypher at the moment under more pressure. 11-2. They're heavy up behind where Cypher was. Little pressure off the spawn, but Cypher has got the rockets to play with. Well, there's dual wield, and there's ammunition, and there's the pressure. Mega Health, I think, got taken by Cypher. But there's still so much damage taking place from the machine gun and that HMG when it's with dual wield.
Strong LG from Cypher there, but a little bit too little too late. Still down by 8 with 1 left in the round. And if you're Cypher, do you tap into that energy that you had against Garpy oh so long ago when you were down 0-2 and you fought all the way back? You have to. You have to dig deep. You have to find energy somewhere, focus, whatever it is. But Raisy relentless right now on his keep, 11-3. Doesn't even want to give up another frag. There's a shotgun into Orb. One more blast. Can't get around the corner. Defensive rocket, fantastic from Raisy. Even more damage being poured on from the red room there. A good angle for damage. 30 seconds left.
Oh, the dual wield again, so it's difficult for Cypher to get close, get extra points on the board, and Raisy's lightning gun has been looking so destructive. Quadding up that scoreline of Cypher, Raisy is a map away from finding himself in the final.
I thought he was going to jump off the map as a little, yeah, this is fine.
Look what I can do.
Yeah, exactly. Look at all these frags I could give up.
Oh, God.
Second map goes to Raisy in convincing fashion. Raisy's keep stays Raisy's keep. And Raisy has to be feeling fantastic. Cypher, not so much. He's reeling right now. But we have seen him reverse sweep. But Raisy's a different beast from Garpy.
There's just a way that Raisy's approaching these fights which is catching Cypher off guard, and it's very unusual for that to happen to Cypher. He's usually the one that can anticipate anything. Any randomness, or any...
Look at this beautiful play. The fake rocket jump catches him out, and then off of that he gets a spawn frag when he rocket jumps up. That was such a brilliant play from Raisy.
I don't know if I like that more than I like the dual wield off Cypher's spawn. Even though I don't actually think he didn't even get the kill in the end, actually. That was the crazy thing.
Yeah.
But I just loved the thought process of actually doing it. But definitely the fake rocket jump. You don't often see that actually work out for players, but you know what? It's tricky to make that read.
Yeah, at this level, I mean, it's mind games on top of mind games. Did he actually rocket jump? Did he not? And the read was perfect there. Cypher paid the price. And we saw a lot of mileage out of the nails, especially off spawn. That's all you have. Cypher made it work once, wasn't as lucky. Wow, shotguns like that. And then this was just debilitating right there. I think the fight before over the Mega was brutal. Cypher was everywhere. He was everywhere. Raisy right on top of him.
He wanted to fight a lot. I'd like to see Cypher maybe force a slower game. I know that we're going over to Molten, which is likely to be a much slower game. Compared to what we've been getting on Corrupted Keep, and particularly compared to what we had with Blood Covenant when we had two champions like Slash and Clutch. Can maybe be low scoring, but it's high octane at the same time. Aizen is going to be for Cypher. So this is definitely a champion where you can anchor down a little bit. And we are having Sorlag by Raisy, so it can be difficult to defend, but again, it's that long-range damage. Is Raisy going to go in super aggressive, or is he going to bide his time a little bit?
I feel like based on the Blood Covenant game, Clutch versus Slash, I mean, I know it's Eisen's not necessarily a light champ, but with that stack, if he gets control of the items, I don't see Raisy being afraid of going in, especially with the spit, using it offensively. I think he might be kind of smelling blood in the water and willing to go aggressive as he's up 2-0 in the series. Cypher needs to find some life. Semi-final map number 3 between Raisy and Cypher live right now.
Let's do this. Raisy, just watching him, they're going to fight a little bit early. Rail straight off the heavy pickup. Raisy gets that information straight away. Has the mega health afterwards and can cap out his armor stack. Lightning gun still to watch for, but not too bad for him in the early seconds. And he can lead his way over towards the lightning gun too, so pretty much fully equipped on the map. What's he going to do about this heavy armor?
Deals with the turret easily. A little bit of spit just in case Cypher wants to get brave and push. And as you mentioned, he already has all the weapons and he has all the items now. He's so stacked. Good rail from down below. Cypher, that's exactly what he needs. The old hit and run, a little bit of LG on the way out as well. That's enabling Raisy to take away all these 50 shards as well.
So Raisy's taken away everything, but Cypher did all of the damage. So they end up being very, very even, but we've got the LG on LG. Raisy really needs to get that angle on, and he's going to hit the sweet spot. That is 1-0 to Raisy.
That's really unfortunate. I don't think Cypher wanted that turret to land off of the platform here. He's going to drop down. Raisy is a little weak, needs to be careful, but the rail before the Mega lines it up perfectly to deny that. Wow.
That's kind of clutch, because if Eisen takes that...
No, that's Sorlet. That's before. Am I right?
It kind of changes the dynamics of play a little bit. That's a great rail from Cypher, but in a couple of seconds we have the heavy, and there's a much better position for this for Raisy. He's respecting the fact that Cypher can go in for some additional damage, but Ops, you know what? Time's time. We've got a few seconds to mega health. Is there going to be a drop? I don't think Cypher's going to be that brave. That's a good shot from Cypher, but the Rocket's trying to block away that light. There's the LG to follow up, and the rail hits a little snap away from the angle too. 3-0 for Raisy.
What a rocket. He's again dealing with the turret very well, minimizing its impact here. Tribolt coming in, not landing. Raisy with the rail out. He will eat a rail, needs to bail out. That turret almost taking him out. 10 HP, still so weak.
Watching out for some information. Oh my
what
god. His reactions. That's astonishing. But a Sorlag with no stack at all, even with this 50 armor, you don't really feel particularly safe. He's going to go, needs to hit a rocket, but the mid-air from Cypher props him up, and that's going to be Cypher finally getting himself on the board. He's got a chance now to get onto items that are soon spawning. But Raisy having some good starting stack, he's going to give some respect and allow him to get hold of it. 16 health, man. That lightning gun was brutal.
Yeah, didn't have the stack to hang in there. He would have liked to use the turret to his advantage, but he needed more stack to stay in the fight and make it a 2v1. The turret goes down. Cypher pushing through the telly here, still down by 2-3 minutes in, looking for some damage. The spit comes up from below, and Cypher needs to be careful where he steps. LG on LG. Positions change. Raisy falls down with a great rail, eats a rocket. 3 HP for Cypher with a great rail, but the shotgun picks him out of the sky. Raisy playing duck hunt now.
Great weapon usage. He knows that Cypher's weak. This is the rail shot, and this is going to cause him to fade away a little bit. So, okay, this time you win the mega health. Ooh, just pulling away from that angle. Could have gotten rewarded with maybe a hint of damage. Oh my god, that lightning gun just stopped Cypher in his steps completely, getting rid of the turret, but it's just a distraction while Cypher is bearing down on you. 2-4, Cypher getting a hold of something, but he needs to pick up some momentum a little bit, have some more fuel to work with, but Raisy just comes storming in, takes down the refrag, and now looking for those resources to stack up.
Yeah, just no room to breathe for Cypher there. Getting that frag would have been huge, but Raisy says absolutely not, takes it back 5-2. Doing a good job of making sure Cypher doesn't get any momentum going. Raisy wants to put his stamp on the series right now and end it 3-0.
That's all he's after. Heavy will be up in a second. Oh god, that rocket. Savage is going to be a push through from Cypher, so...
Good LG.
Yeah.
Such strong LG from Cypher.
Raisy does maximize his damage, but it's not... Is it enough to just get back into business straight away? He looks like he's open to fight, actually, as if Cypher makes a slight misstep, then he's happy to go in. He's got rockets, he's got rail. Cypher would love to get this armor. He needs to hit a rail or two. Okay. That's what I'm talking about now. Raisy. Lightning gun. He's held at the end. Whoa. Very painful.
Brutal. Cypher was railable. Raisy takes a lot of damage. He's going to grab what he can in the rail room here. Cypher a bit risky on that play. Got floated for a little bit. Now he's looking okay as he grabs the Mega. He's going to rock jump up, deny these vials. He has a turret available. And with Heavy coming up in 5, he needs to find some positioning. Throws down the turret from some insurance, and Raisy's nowhere to be found. So Cypher playing off of sound and realizes, okay, you're not around. I'm going to grab this. Still down 2, but looking a lot stronger now.
I wonder if Raisy wants to deliberately slow this down, just totally change gears. He's a lot more mobile than Cypher, so can maybe think of just being very defensive for possibly the rest of the game. This is the type of map you can do it on. It's the type of champion lineup that you can do it between. And this used to be one of the ways that a series would get finished. You'd end it on like a blood run where there would be this hyper defensive, you'd play for a frag or two, and that would be it between the two players. We've seen insane overtimes from them.
Turret goes down as the rail comes out. Nice little rock jump up, trying to find the angle. Again, Raisy nowhere to be found. He's going to play distance. He's going to play slow, and he's going to burn the clock. 3:30 remaining for Cypher. That's a fantastic rail, but he's going to need more. There's the 50 shard right there in front of Raisy with some bubbles. He's going to drop down, use the jump pad. Perhaps a little bit of misdirection as Cypher is trying to get the read on exactly where this dinosaur is. Still down 2.
He's just running, just totally running. Raisy's got a good enough stack to be kind of content. And now there's a jump, and Raisy keeps on backing away. He's trying to force a mistake out of Cypher, it feels like. Be it leaving an item open while he's chasing.
Oh.
The delayed up the bounce pad. That was very awkward for Cypher to deal with. You just don't really know when you're meant to be shooting.
Imagine a world where he uses LG and pushes him off the map.
Yeah, I mean... Hello, Garpy.
2 minutes and 30 seconds now, still down by 2. Raisy playing this perfectly to seal Cypher's fate.
He managed to open up that heavy armor on the last rotation, too. He's been waiting for Cypher to push him hard so he can do that.
Look at that stack.
This is all according to plan as far as I can tell for Raisy, at least in this, since he's established the lead.
Play defensive, make your opponent overexert, overstep. That's a good rocket to rail, but he's going to need more as just like that, Raisy's gone after the mega pickup. But yeah, if you make him over-rotate, then you lose out on the item. And now during the fight, you're not going to have the stack. Can he hit another rail? The air rocket from Raisy and Cypher traded. Cypher will go down. He's down by 3 with less than 2 minutes now. This is going to be difficult. The rockets come out, and Cypher gets that frag back rather quickly. That's exactly what he needed. And now he's going to have to wait on this mega. Can he hit the rail off the spawn? He does. Maybe that'll make Raisy think twice, but no, the LG comes out. The mega is picked up. 94 HP for Cypher. Needs to be careful. Raisy's extremely weak. Does have a little bit of armor. The turret goes down. The rocket was almost beautiful. Heavy is up, and he's going to have to concede. There's a rail. The turret almost getting him, and the rail across. Oh my goodness, both players extremely weak. Raisy hanging by a thread, stacking back up. Cypher, time is still ticking. He's doing great damage. Is he going to miss out on this mega? He needs to push. He doesn't have that much of a stack.
Oh,
Raisy waiting below. Oh, what a play! The sneaky dinosaur and a little bit of gauntlet action on top of that. Up at 3 now with a minute remaining.
That's just insane from Raisy. The way he's changing gears and setting up these traps. Oh, that's beautiful.
Fantastic rails. 2 frags, 1 minute. Can Cypher do this?
He's got to find a way to push in hard. The items aren't up for a few moments, so you've got to build your opportunities. He's got the rocket jump. Let's go. He's going to be able to find Raisy. He has to back away.
The turret!
He might get him here. He surely has him. He just needs to find the rail. Can't land it. Raisy trying to flee as fast as possible.
And he's got to chase. He doesn't have any kind of choice. Both majors are up. There goes the Mega. There's a great rail. The LG from Raisy, so strong, 34 HP. Cypher can't really do anything. He needs to stack back up off what he can. He is going to grab the heavy in a health bubble. But again, Raisy just doing the damage, 20 seconds. Zoot, I think this is it.
It very well might be. Raisy up at the top. No rocket jumps coming out from Cypher. The gauntlet coming, a shake of their head. He can't find those last kills that needed. Final score looks to be 7-5 for Raisy. He is going to be our first finalist here at Lucca Comics and Games.
Raisy has done it. Cypher looking so strong throughout the tournament, and he just runs into a brick wall that is Maestro Raisy. That was incredibly played. Incredibly well played. I mean, it was played incredibly, but also well.
There's this confidence about Raisy right now. There's something really, really special about what he's doing. He seems to be in some sort of phenomenal zone. But let's talk about...
He's the strong silent type. You don't really see him pop off. You see the little gauntlet flashes in-game, but yeah, you're absolutely right. He's playing out of his mind, extremely confident.
Yeah, well, guys, actually, let's pass it over to Jorsar. He's got some words on the stage.
Thank you very much, guys. That was clean and clinical, Raisy. It feels like as you're going through the tournament, you're getting stronger and stronger. And now, of course, you have a chance to defend winning Lucca Comics and Games back on the stage for another year. How are you feeling right now?
Satisfied so far, and yes, I do intend to keep that title.
In addition to the title, of course, there's also the matter of a name permanently etched onto the belt. Do you feel like you're close to where you want to be? You feel like you're maintaining the level that you want for the final?
I would say so, yeah.
Well, we're looking forward to it. We know how good you are, and we know how good you can be when you're on peak form, so it's going to be fantastic to watch that. Casters, back to you as we get set up for the next semi-final.
He's a living version of Clutch there. It's just business. It is just business.
I love it.
It's amazing.
He's like, yeah, that's mine. This is all a formality. That's mine. I love the confidence. I do. Strong silent type. He knows he's playing out of his mind. He's still a little bit humble about it. He's like, yeah, I mean, this is about where I want to be. You know, 3-0ing people like it's nothing.
Yeah, why not?
Incredible play from Raisy. So dominant. And punches his ticket to the finals. And I can't wait to see who he's going to go up against as we take a look at some of these highlights.
Absolutely. I mean, he hasn't lost a map yet.
That's correct.
He's played 2 matches, so he hasn't had quite the same growth that Cypher has had. It's been very kind of different stories for the 2 players. But let's give a hand to Cypher. What an incredible performance that he's had this weekend. He's showed everyone what he's made of again. Cypher is definitely back. And I can't wait to see more explosive action from him. So I think, yeah, fans everywhere are going to be ecstatic about it. But coming to this trap at the end, I think, because he was
sneaky.
He was going from hyper-aggressive to suddenly defensive, being chased, to suddenly setting up a trap. It was just really difficult to keep an eye on everything he's doing.
Lots of different looks that you had to be worried about. He constantly evolved his style mid-duel, and he just looks like an absolute killer right now.
No, I'm blown away by the confidence. This is kind of what I was expecting a bit more at QuakeCon, and we didn't get it entirely. We had a great performance. He got top 4, of course. I mean, he had to play damn well to get there. But there's again, something in the air about what he's doing. These are his stats overall, the scores that he had on those champions, and the accuracies as well. I mean, that's pretty staggering stats that we're seeing.
Yeah. Absolutely playing out of his mind. And I mean, just the confidence, man. Yeah, that's my title. Yeah, I plan on keeping that. Yes. Next question. No autographs. Get out of my way.
Love it. And of course, his opponents, either Kilson or Cooler people that he's getting pretty familiar with. Let's take a look at the brackets so you can see it for yourself, guys. There it is. Our finalist, Maestro Gaming's Raisy, waiting for either Cooler or Kilson. Story continues.
We get the run back from QuakeCon, man. This was the title fight, and Kilson showed up and knocked out Cooler, and I mean cold.